Welcome back to Ferocious Education. This is Ed. Today we're going to be talking about ARVL products going on to the market on the 25th of March with the new ticker. So if you would like to know everything about this one, including technical analysis where I see it going, forecasts, different products, and their potential, watch to the end. So let's jump right into this one. So ARVL Products. ARVL Products is a British startup that was founded in around 2015. And it has gone a long way since then. It is backed by BlackRock and other different companies. ARVL's new method presents an unprecedented commercial opportunity. Light commercial vehicles are the fastest growing market segments, and with the increased reliance on public transport, the forecasted market for vans and buses combined are $430 billion by 2025. This is validated by our blue chip strategy investments partners, Hyundai Motor Company, Kia Motors Company, and the UPS, and funds managed by BlackRock, have already invested over $300 million combined to help accelerate our growth. And they go through different things that I will go through in the presentations, including some of the financial highlights, etc. But just to give you a quick summary here, there's a $1.2 billion orders from UPS and Technology, and validation from the likes of Hyundai and Kia Motors. The microfactory approach to manufacturing can be game-changing with low capital expenditures, a strong product line for the next 2 years in the US and in Europe, with expansion plans there, and vertical integration will translate into higher income or net income and cash flows. So moving on, we get to see that 90% of their teams are or 90% of their employees are engineers within their teams. And so that is an amazing thing to consider. They have over 1,500 people from around the world and are part of ARVL. And around 90% of their employees are engineers, as I did mention. Our components hubs are in Amsterdam, and we're developing charging solutions in Tel Aviv. And their HQs are in London, and we also have software developments in London, LA, Stuttgart, Moscow, and St. Petersburg, and Robotic Research Center in Berlin. And we are developing microfactories in South Carolina, US, Oxfordshire, and UK, and we're expanding into new markets. We're able to rapidly develop new systems, scale ideas, progress innovative concepts to meet challenges in emerging and growing sectors. And we get a bit of a summary here as well on why arrivals, etc. But I want to go quickly into financial figures. They're looking at $5.4 billion, which is 0.4x for 2024 predicted revenue, around $14.1 billion. The enterprise value for total addressable market, let's say around 1.4%. So just to make it a little bit short, you're seeing by 2024, your predicted revenue here is going to be around $14.1 billion, which is massive. Total addressable market is around $430 billion, breaking that $280 billion as addressable market opportunity by vans, and $70 billion the current addressable market. In terms of buses, you're looking at $154 billion addressable market opportunity by the time it hits around 2024. You're looking currently $40 billion in this addressable market for buses. And in terms of orders, they have $1.2 billion of orders signed contracts in the US alone. And so that is as well massive, including from companies such as UPS. In projected revenue distribution, you're looking at 49% of that revenue forecasted by 2024 going on towards vans, 17% to large vans, 22% to buses, and 12% to small vehicle platforms. In ARVL microfactories, you're looking at 100,000 vans per year at 0.2 meter per square meter, 2 shifts, and $440 million. That's 10 times ARVL microfactory. The traditional OEM has a little bit of different values, and you get to see that, of course, the ARVL microfactory is designed a bit better to produce at a better rate as well. Total cost of ownership, there's a 17% reductions than general diesel vans, so they're going to be cheaper than diesel vans, and will cost you around 0.25 per kilometer. That's forecasted around 100 kilometers per day through 10 years for every day. And this is competition data as well, giving you $110,000 cost of a diesel van operation over 10 years compared to $92,000 for the ARVL van, which is a 17% saving, which can be massive if you're someone like UPS, FedEx, or the last mile delivery services. So bus TCO, you're looking at forecasted of 250 kilometers per day at 365 days per year over 10 years. You're looking at an operational cost and capital $752,000 for a diesel bus, and coming around 0.82 per kilometer, $0.82 per kilometer, so 82 cents. In terms of arrival buses, you're looking at 43 cents per kilometer. That will give you a total of $396,000, which is almost half the price of a diesel, 47%. So you're saving a lot there. Moving on next, and looking here into the Charge Car, which is a limited-inspired iconic 1960s Ford Mustang. Now, this is a sport coupe that runs purely on electrical power, enabled by Arrival elements, with a peak power of around 400 kilowatts per hour, around 1520 Nm of torque, and all-wheel drive performance off the line, hitting 60 miles per hour in 3.99 seconds, and up to top speed of 149 miles per hour. And we get to see that this one here does have a really nice design. Moving on, next is the Robo Race, which was the world's first autonomous racing series. All powered racers go head to head across the globe, streaming live online. Robo Race is an extreme proving ground to test Arrival autonomous driving algorithms, helping fast-track developments of self-driving technologies and showcasing capabilities. And so we're going to move on as well from here on towards the Arrival bus before going on towards the presentation, which is the Arrival bus here is can be tailored to local needs, and it's modular, based on design capabilities and configuration of length, range, capacity. We're changing the public transport for everyone. A bus made for passengers, drivers, fleet operators, cleaning staff, pedestrians, cyclists, and urban residents too. Human-centered design. Every interaction has been thoughtfully designed. Riders can request a stop or receive real-time updates through their smartphones. Wraparound LED screens display routes and seating information. And it also has easy care with fully flat floor cantilever, floating seat, and seamlessly surface allow to quick and easy cleaning. And also you have the Arrival van. The Arrival van here, we've thought that the commercial cargo vehicles designed using a modular architecture. The Arrival van can be configured based on battery capacity, height, length, and load space, tailored to specific commercial requirements. And then before moving on towards this presentation, they have digital products that include everything from apps, smartphones, to an entire system that they've built themselves. And now we can move on towards the presentation before going on towards the factory news. So investor presentation here, this is available online as well. If you'd like me to mention it down in the comments below, I can do so. Just hit me up and I'll be able to link this. Anyway, investments highlights, you're looking at 4 vehicle designs expected to be hitting the market by 2023, with the start of the production for the first vehicle planned in Q4 2021. And they have $1.2 billion in orders. Unit economics enable price competitiveness at a lower total cost of ownership versus fossil fuel, as I did show you earlier. They have vertically integrated process, which ensures that they have more revenue. LinkedIn named Arrival #1 startup to work in the UK 2020. You're going to go look into the partnerships here. You're looking at order worth of $1.2 billion for 10,000 units, plus an option for additional 10,000 other units. Investment strategic and cooperations. Delivery of prototype starts in 2020. Long-standing trial partnership since 2016. And in terms of the description, UPS and Arrival have created purpose-built vehicles based on UPS requirement, a first for UPS. Leading global logistic operations with $5.2 billion deliveries PA. Automotive fleet slide off 120,000 vehicles. Daily global delivery volume of 21.9 million, aiming for 25% of total vehicle purchased annually. Now, the big thing about this one here and this partnership is that they are working from the start, and so these vehicles are exactly tailored to what companies like UPS would love. And you also have strategic partnerships between Hyundai and Kia Motors and Arrival, and you're looking at investments of more than 100 million euros in business collaboration agreements. Now, Hyundai Motors Group is one of the largest global OEMs, targeted sales of 670,000 BEVs and FCEVs annually by 2025, and wants to become the top 3 manufacturers by 2025. So we're going to move on as well, and you're seeing different products with different product pipelines. For instance, the electric bus, that's 2021, it has a range of 240 to 400 kilometers, expected to start production in the Q4 2021. And electrical vans, that's 2022, expected production of Q3 2022 with a range of 150 to 340 kilometers. And large electrical vehicles are 2022, and you're looking at a range of 190 to 400 kilometers with a payload of around 4 tons, an expected start production of Q3 2022. And next as well, you're looking at small vehicle platforms. You're looking at a range of 100 to 300 kilometers. That pipeline is 2023, and the expected production is Q3 2023. Now, there's no orders in electric buses that they have disclosed, but we do know for electrical vans, we're looking at 100,000, and large electrical vans, you're looking at more than 2,500. So there is definitely more to go and more to disclose. Rise in e-commerce, there's a 37% increase from 2020 to 2024. And so there is going to be a larger addressable market, and so they have a sizable market opportunity there, estimate of around $430 billion. I'm not going to go through some of these slides in the presentation because it's quite a lengthy presentation. So for Arrival Vans, there's an annual addressable market of around $2 million by 2025. They already have 10,000 vehicle orders and 5,000 vehicles in late stage sales discussion. So 3,000 subject to letter of intent. And Arrival Vans, you're looking at different competitors, for instance, such as the Ford Transit H3L4 and the Mercedes Sprinter H213. And you're looking at unladen weight. You're looking at they have the lowest unladen weight, the higher payload capacity, the highest cubic meter of cargo volume per meter of length. You're looking at a turning circle which is smaller than the competitors. Floor to ground is less. And you're looking at a gross vehicle weight that is significantly comparable to a little bit higher for the N2 version. So moving on, Arrival Van. This is kind of the prototype currently moving on, and you get to see it. Arrival Bus, there's 131,000 annual addressable market volume by 2025, and they already have a letter of intent customer named Ember, and as well, you're going to move on and you're getting to see the compare between the Mercedes e-Ciatro and the Yutong E12, and you're looking at a gross vehicle weight off the start to be lower, unladen weight also lower, height is around comparable, payload to be higher, 8,000, which is almost double than the Yutong E12, and then the max gradability, you're looking at a better value there, around 25% compared to Mercedes. And seating capacity as well, you're looking at a better for 3 doors, for instance. It is around 28 compared to 26. So it's around the same thing, comparable nonetheless. There's not much difference there. Arrival Bus Gallery. So you're getting to see some of the concepts as well and the prototypes that they might have made. And some of the Arrival projects timelines. You're looking by 2022. You're going to have the bus in Q4 and van and large vans in Q3 for by 2022. And 2023 Q3, you're going to see the small vehicle platform. So by Q3 2022, you're able to see the vehicle for large vans and large vans. A new method of designing, you're looking at in-house plug and play components, proprietary composite materials, modular skateboard platform. They also have microfactories and in-house vehicle softwares, and leads to an arrival of new OEM with easily scalable products. So industry-changing microfactory approach. They're going on with the Bicester, or this is Unit 10, Unit 11, Van Microfactory. Moving on for Rock Hill, South Carolina, you're looking at Bus Microfactory here. And they do give you a bit of an overview to show that they have projected microfactory timelines for the US Q4 2021, US, EU, and UK additional Q3 2022, and to be decided for 2023. So they definitely are expanding massively and rapidly with all these things that are going on, and especially this reverse merger going to happen will deliver for them a lot more money. In-house plug-and-play components, overviews, cost reduction opportunities, important to the customer experience, modules that are plug-and-play are connected by software, and a quicker time to market, 18 months versus more than 3 years, upgradable through life cycle of vehicle, and designed to maximize interchangeability across various vehicles and platform. There's also a 20% overall cost reduction and designed for automated microfactory assembly. So going on, this is the modular skateboard platform that they've designed themselves. So Arrival has designed a skateboard that allows for maximum flexibility, aluminum structure to optimize strength and stiffness. You have also platforms for forward wheel drive, rear wheel drive, and all-wheel drive with same platform. I'm not going to go on longer. Proprietary composite materials, you're looking at lightweight and 25 times reduced tooling costs. Composites tooling goes from CAD data to production within only 2 weeks at a lower cost. And then moving on, low speed impact test at 10 miles per hour. You're looking at a rival composite body panel. It's actually looking better than the generic steel body panel. And then moving on, digital ecosystem, you're looking at a new updated tracking for all these vehicles that can even give you everything you need to know about your fleet, as well as from the customer bases on anticipated times using AI softwares. Digital ecosystem, that's what I'm talking about. You're looking as well at an interconnected platform with GPSs integrated and everything in between. Extensive portfolio for intellectual properties. They have more than 180 innovations which have been filed with various patents applications. 11 for vans, 12 for buses, 13 for small vehicles, 24 for battery related alone, 31 for composite materials, 15 for microfactory and vehicle design flow innovations, 14 for modular hardware and modular software innovations, 20 robotics related innovations, and 40 miscellaneous innovations. And we're going to move on. Benefits of Arrival new methods. You're looking at vehicle customized to local needs, rapid response to shift demand, profitability at low volumes, purpose built for specific use cases, local solutions, and addressable local needs. Financials and transactions overview, and this is something important for us. In terms of revenue, they are pre-revenue, but they're supported by $1.2 billion in orders and notable commercial and strategic partnerships, and significant interest in bus sector, and further upside potential from taxis and small vehicle sales. Now, the low-cost model helps early projected profitability even at lower volumes, and a benefit from flexible and scalable cell-based assembly and lean company setup without legacy costs. Strong cash generation, drive by anticipated high profitability, higher margin vehicles versus traditional approach, low capex requirement for cell-based microfactories, and expected to be cash positive by 2023, which is something massive for a company to go on this positive, or bringing in around a good amount of revenue, especially more than $10 billion in revenue in less than 10 years from where they were founded. So that's something interesting. In terms of revenue, they're anticipating by 2022, you're looking at $1 billion, going on by 2023, 5, and by 2024, you're estimating around $14 billion. And right off the bat, they're anticipating as well cash positive to be 2023, although net positive income by 2022. Quite interesting in my perspective. Coming on next as well, you're looking at the revenues, you're looking at vans to be one of the biggest, following by buses, then following by large vans by 2024. And you're looking at a gross profit of around $3.7 billion. 38% of that going on towards buses, 34% towards large vans, 21% to vans, and 18% to small vehicle platforms. And I'm going to move on now towards the pro forma equity ownership regarding this pack. And we're seeing that 88% goes on towards the existing Arrival shareholders. CIIG sponsored shareholders takes in around 1%. CIIG public shareholders are going to take on around 4%. So if you would like to know what the current anticipated market cap is, just take the market cap divided by 0.04 and you get the next kind of market cap for the whole stocks, because you're looking at public shareholders there for CIIG. So you need to take the public float of that and divide it by the current market cap, around 4% of that. We're looking at enterprise value here. They're estimating around $5.392 billion. So that is quite a lot. The equity value here is currently sitting, if you take a share price of $10, you're looking at $6 billion. So it's already, I believe last time I checked, it was around 20. We'll go through our technical analysis. So currently it's trading around $12 billion in terms of equity value. And that will come out to be somewhere around the price of a book of around 2 pre-revenue. So that's a little bit alarming, but the SP 500 average is around 4.75. So that means $40 in terms of share price can give you actual closer valuation, but we need to look a little bit into the math of that later on as we come in a reverse merger tomorrow and we get the actual market caps of the new ticker. So we're going on here and we're taking a quick look in terms of their employees, and we see a good amount of percentages over around there. And for future opportunities, we're seeing for multiple vehicles, you're looking at multiple vehicle platforms and variants for modular skateboard platforms, so they're able to design different things easily over there. SaaS platform, which is currently building multiple customer-facing software packages such as vehicle health monitoring, fleet optimization tools, and driver applications. Emission credits, you're looking at several vehicle positions to generate emissions credit sales under ZEV and ACT2 regulations, traditional OEM under pressure from government CO2 targets, and surplus arrival credits can be sold for OEMs that are not producing EVs, and also autonomous flexible hardware configuration currently undergoing trials in depot environments. And I think we've covered already a lot of this information, so we can move on towards the last thing before technical analysis. British EV startup ARVL is setting up in North Carolina to build an UPS fully electrical fleet, and I did go through that, and they're going to be investing $41 million into a production facility in Charlotte, North Carolina. And we're partnering with the city of Charlotte to produce a whole transport ecosystem together. And so if you would like to see more materials like this before going on towards technical analysis, make sure to subscribe and leave notifications on. If you would like to join our Discord server in the comments below, feel free to do so. And now on the technical analysis perspective, we see on a 1 week perspective is that there is a really strong trading action zone. That is where positive reversals are likely, and it's between the 25.17 mark and the 21.25 mark. So within there, as long as it's encapsulated by that 10 SMA and 30 EMA, you start expecting positive reversals in this zone. Now momentum is going on negative, it's still stabilizing a little, around negative 6.1. And if we were to look into the MACD, what we're seeing here is that things are looking a little bit not so well for this one. The MACD shows a negative reversal, we're skipping, but the market is a little bit down today. Now, on a 1 day perspective, we're looking like this one might actually start accumulating around this zone, and we're going to need to look at significant supports at this second. Now, in terms of it being bullish on the moving averages, after it hits the 25 and around the 26, it becomes bullish. Everything else indicates more of a sloppy move. Now, in terms of the moving averages, this one is really interesting, because we're expecting to see this one trade on the top at 25.18, in the middle 22.89, in the bottom 26, but the Bollinger Bands extend all the way to 27.77 and 18.01. Now on the stochastic fast and the stochastic slow, both are indicating be careful, there might be a pullback. I'll refer to that in a second. Now in terms of the chart itself, we can start drawing some Fibonacci retracements around here. We're going to start with the 37.18 going all the way down to $10. Significant supports are seen at the 2038 followed by 1641. Significant resistances are 2359, 2679, 3136, and 3718. Now, in terms of a price line action, we're seeing significant support levels sitting currently at 2176, next 2009. Next, we're looking at 1787. Below there, there's not much to say, perhaps 1599, and then down to the $10 really. These are gaps ups and really doesn't go that way in terms of supports. Significant resistances, there's a very, very strong one currently encapsulated at 2227, 20 cents up from where it is right now. Following that, 2385. Following that, another really strong one at the 2509. Following that, we're looking at 2680, and then we're looking at 2880, and then we're following that to $30 sharp, which is amazing, and then following that 3196, 3299, and then going all the way up towards the levels where it's at right at before 34.53 and 37.40 bucks. Comes to the question to Ed, what do you think about this one? Well, in the current market today, it's actually been a really of a massacre day for a lot of these techs and EVs, etc. But do I think that it's worth perhaps scooping around, let's say if it does tank around 15 bucks? And the reason saying if it does is because often a lot of these stocks past their merger date, and I'll show you here in a second before ending the video, they do follow some certain trend. And going on to it right now, this trend here that I did share on my Discord, by the way, the link is in the description below if you want to join, you start seeing letter of intent, it goes up to around from 10 bucks, it skyrockets, initial run up, and then further increase as the date of announcement is announced and the merger date gets closer. So I think we're around this region here in the middle. And then as we go a little bit down to uncertain period where the majority of the profits are taken, you're going to expect some pullback or a dip in there. And the question comes, is it worth buying afterwards, or right now perhaps? And I think there is a lot of speculations. It looks like a solid company. It has solid backing. And if they actually go and follow through with all these PRs and timelines, I think this one could easily be worth, I'd say, 20, 30 bucks within the next 5 years if they actually go through with everything they said. Given that the market stays around the float is around the same period. I do expect an initial pullback, and that's a good thing for getting the stock at a discount. I do see it as an interesting play for sure. And if you would like to join our Discord for this one here, the link is in the description below. But have a wonderful day and have a good one.